Hi, it's Miss P, and today we're going to talk about Moods Citrus dress. And this dress, the Mood Citrus dress, is my favorite go-to dress. I love this dress. I made this dress when I first started sewing, and it is just my go-to. I mean, I just think it's as close to perfection for me in simplicity and design and wearability as anything. I think I wear my citrus dress more than anything else. So let's get into it. Let's talk about this dress. So this is a free pattern from Mood. Yes, this is one of those patterns that you have to download. You can download it and you can print it to regular printer paper, and you tape those pages together and you end up with a pattern that you cut out and you use like any other pattern. And I keep mine in these big manila envelopes. And I kind of tape the picture on the top so that I know what's in it and I store it. You can also print it on, I think it's called A4 paper. And I believe you get that. I think you might have to take that to someplace like Staples or something. I don't do that, but I've thought about it, and I may at some point do that for some of the more complicated items because, taping all that paper together kind of gets old. But it's also therapeutic. Sometimes I just kind of put on my music and I start taping, and it's a whole vibe. So, yeah, see how you feel about it. And like I said, it's a free pattern, so it doesn't cost me anything other than the paper. I made this item in a size 26. I've made it in several knit patterns, knit fabrics. This is a wool blend knit, and this is the latest one I've made. The first one I made, I no longer have. It was in a very cheap fabric, and I made it when I first started sewing, and the fabric was so thin that even though I love the style of the dress, the fabric just was like you could see everything through it, and it just wasn't for me. So I didn't keep that one. I thrifted it in case somebody else wanted it. If not, I don't know. This is my second true to the pattern make of this item, this garment. And the alterations that I made, I lengthened the sleeves a little bit, um, and I widened them just a touch. And you'll see in the original that they are very kind of just to the elbow, and they're very tight. And I wanted mine to be a little looser, so that because my arms are larger on the top, I wanted to have like a little more space on the bottom so that it didn't look like it was sucking the life out of them. And also, I didn't want it to rise up above the elbow. Given the fabric, I knew I was going to be wearing this in the fall and winter. So the the weight was a little bit heavier. So I also wanted the long sleeves for that. No other alterations on this particular one. I followed the pattern. I made it just as they suggested, except for the sleeves. That was my only alteration. I didn't even make it longer. I usually do that. So, yeah. Oh, the other alteration, there was one other one. I didn't, there's a button placket. If you look at the picture, the line drawing here, and on the original picture, you'll see buttons. That is a piece of fabric, a strip of fabric that you're supposed to sew from up here on the shoulder down the front of the dress. And then you're supposed to sew buttons on. So it's like a faux flap. On the dress, it looks like it buttons over, which is what I thought it was when I first did it. But no, it's just a strip of fabric that you sew on top to make it look like it buttons over. And that really wasn't a look I was interested in. I just wanted the lines of the dress, the way it fell. I thought that was beautiful. So yeah, that's what I made. So what I like about this dress, the pros about this dress is that first of all, I've lost a little weight, so it's not as perfect as it used to be, but the length of the length of the shoulder here is almost perfect to where my shoulder was. When I first made it, it was just directly on the shoulder, like just sat perfect on the shoulder, which gave me a more, I didn't even know what that look did until I made this. I didn't realize it would make your shoulders look more pronounced, and I have very slopey, narrow shoulders. So I didn't know it was gonna, so it made my shoulders look more pronounced. It evened out my bust in that way. And the dress is bodycon, as you can see. I love that about this dress. There are zero cons. This is such an easy make. It is 4 pattern pieces, 5 if you include the button strip that you add on. And then, of course, the buttons that you'd have to sew on after that. But if you're excluding that, it is the front piece, 2 back pieces, and this collar. And that's, oh, the sleeves. I forgot the sleeves. So I guess it's 1, 2, it's 5, 6 pieces. The sleeves and the bodice front and the back, the 2 back pieces. And what I like about the back is that it curves in a little bit so that you don't just have a box on your back. It just really gives you a little extra shape on your butt and on your hips and stuff like that. So yeah, I find this dress, like I said, I use it. What you're going to see in these pictures is that I use this dress as a template for other dresses. So I made this V-neck dress, which I get compliments on all the time. It kind of, to me, it looks a little bit Asian. The fit and the high collar V gives a little Asian feel to it. I don't know why I think that, but I do. And so it has that high V-neck, and it, like I said, very fitted on the shoulders. It falls very nicely. I made kind of bell sleeves on that. Yeah, I really like that. And then I just recently, for the winter, I don't always like stuff on my neck, so I made this in a blue, that a blue dress that has a scoop neck on it, which I really love as well. In the summer, I will use this as a tank top. So I would cut it off, probably here, because it fits really well underneath my arms. So I'll probably use this as a tank template. I mean, I just feel like there's nothing that the citrus dress can't do. But I made this in a navy blue as well. So I've made this 5 times. I've made this dress in different variations. And that too was true to the pattern other than the sleeves. I think that the instructions are typical mood instructions, which means you're not going to really get any clear instructions. But the good news is you don't really need much. I mean, like I said, it's 6 pieces. It goes together just like you would think it does. So it tells you the order. I used a serger on mine just to finish the edges, and I think the finish is pretty good with the serger. On each one that I made, I used the serger, even except on the cuffs and the hem. I used regular, just double folds. The fit, I give a 10 out of 10. It is pretty bodycon, and I don't really wear, I won't call it shapewear, I call it smooth wear, because I don't really wear anything tight to change my shape. I just wear stuff that's tight to smooth me out a little bit. So I do have to wear something smoothing underneath it. And I 10 out of 10 would recommend it. I love this dress. I think this dress is perfect for hourglass shapes. I think it's extremely good for pear shapes. I think if you're top heavy, this dress is going to work for you as well. I think it might be a little more challenging for an apple shape. Yeah, but overall, for most body shapes, even then, I mean, like, it depends on how you feel about your body. If you're okay with it, I mean, we have tummies, we're humans, so if that's something you don't mind showing, I say go for it. I absolutely love this dress. So if you have any questions or you have any comments or there's anything you want to tell me, you let me know. You just leave it down in the comments. I am always happy to have the discussion. If you've made this or you're thinking of making this, let me know what you've done. I'd love to hear it. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, it's been Miss P. Thank you for tuning in. As always, like and subscribe if you would like to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.